This book is disturbing, shocking, and honestly, not for most people. But the real question is it worth reading? Because Cows might be one of the most twisted books that I've ever picked up. But I couldn't put it down, and I couldn't look away. Quick summary. This story follows Steven, a complete outsider who's been sheltered his entire life by his abusive mother. He's never really experienced the real world, but he desperately wants a normal life, like the kind he sees on TV. Eventually, he gets a job at a slaughterhouse, thinking that it's his way out, but instead, it pulls him deeper into something dark and disturbing. Along the way, he connects with an underground community of cows living in the sewers. Yeah, you heard that right. From there, things spiral into something sick, twisted, and honestly hard to describe without giving spoilers. This is a gritty horror novel with a dark, shocking tone. And if you've got a weak stomach, this is not the book for you. The characters. Steven is fascinating. He's awkward, sheltered, and clearly not like everyone else. But watching him trying to figure out the world is both uncomfortable and captivating. The hag beast, as Steven calls her, is his mother. She's controlling, vile, and one of the most disturbing parental figures I've ever read about. The Guernsey, a talking cow that becomes a leader figure and eventually sees Steven as a threat. Yeah, it gets pretty wild. The writing style is incredibly descriptive, almost too real at times. There are scenes in this book that you genuinely have to read to believe, because me telling you about them will make you say, no, that's not what's happening. But it is. I won't spoil anything, but just so you know, it really goes there. The themes I notice are a mix of a God complex, coming of age elements, and even a twisted version of love. World building. The world building is extremely vivid and it brings you completely in, whether you want to or not. There were moments when I was reading that my jaw dropped and my mouth was open in shock. I mean, I don't think I've ever read a book like this, ever. What didn't work for me? This book isn't perfect, but it was something that made me feel like I had to finish it since I started. Some of the really extreme moments, including some things I can't mention, were a bit much, but I guess it added to the story. Even though they fit the story, it'll probably push some people away. Like I said earlier, if you have a weak stomach, you may not finish this book. But I think the biggest thing that didn't work for me was the ending. It wasn't bad, but I felt like it could have been better. The main character didn't really get what was coming to him. He did some things along the way that felt like it should have been some repercussions and also some redemption, but I didn't really see it. But with that said, the pacing was pretty good and Steven's character development made sense for the story, especially considering his mental state throughout his life. Favorite moments. My favorite part of the book was probably when I realized how unstable Steven actually was. At first he seemed a little off, but once he fully crossed over into the darkness, I think I was really hooked to see what would happen. The writing made everything feel very intense and real. If you love coffee but hate the crash, this might be your new morning ritual. This is Ryze Mushroom Coffee, a superfood blend of functional mushrooms and instant coffee. Here's the difference. It has less than half the caffeine as regular medium roast, so you still get the energy without the jitters or the crash. It supports gut health, immunity, stamina, focus, and mood. Honestly, it just makes your body feel good. When I eat or when I work out, Ryze always gives me the focus and the steady energy I need without the crash. That's why it's part of my daily routine. In the morning, I mix a scoop of mushroom coffee, mushroom creamer, a little bit of honey, and some almond or coconut milk. And if I want it cold, I just use that same mixture and pour it over ice. If you want to try it for yourself, use my promo code DanielHowardEats15. That's DanielHowardEats15. You'll get 15% off anything from Ryze. Smooth energy, better focus, no crash. That's how I start my day. Final verdict. I'm giving Cows a 7 out of 10. Not because of the writing style or anything. It was put together well as far as everything, character was developed, the world was built. It was just very disturbing to read. I did enjoy that it was that disturbing though, oddly enough. But it is still definitely an unforgettable read. But let me be clear. Skip this book if you are squeamish or easily disgusted, because this one does not hold back. Have you read Cows, or are you planning on reading it? What would you rate it? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more book reviews. Oh yeah, and let me know if you have any recommendations. I'm always looking for more. Thanks for watching.